Charles is with us. Charles is in Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, Charles. How are you?
Hey, Dave, Rachel. I'm good. How are you?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
I was calling because I'm having a bit of trouble over the last 2 years. My question is, how can I work towards budgeting with my wife? We've been married for 2 years. I was working on the baby steps before marriage. We got married, and anything Dave Ramsey or Dave Ramsey personality, my wife despises, not to just reality of it. And anytime I bring up the budget or talking through the budget or sticking to the budget, it's like scratching nails on a chalkboard to her. So
well, since Rachel and I are so lovable, if she despises us, that would be your fault.
Oh my gosh.
Well, for the record, she didn't like you before she married me.
Well, then you got yourself into this. I don't think I can help you.
I'm nicer, Charles. Maybe she'll like me.
So,
tell her to follow me on Instagram.
So, no, you're a Ramsey personality. He already said they're
I know,
they're
but
under the bus too,
she just may lump me in with you. You know, we're two separate people.
Oh, wow.
So maybe she would like a female perspective. I don't know.
Okay.
I've had lots of women say,
so, okay, Charles,
I got on board because of Rachel.
It's really not us that she doesn't like because she never met us. So we're not offended by that. But there's something that we are asking or suggesting that she do that she's opposed to. And that would be controlling her spending, or that would be putting up with you being a control freak and telling her what to do all the time, or that would be there's something that she associates us with that's negative, because being a grown-up and telling your money what to do is not something people generally oppose.
It's been opposed to me. It's the common phrase is, I'm not living like I'm broke. Well,
okay,
if
there's the objection.
Like we're not broke, then
there's the objection.
We're going to be broke.
Yeah, there's the objection. Okay, so she associates us with extreme frugality to a ridiculous level with no point.
Yeah.
And it's not actually what we teach, obviously.
Right.
We teach extreme frugality for a short period of time so that you can live like no one else, so that later you can live and give like no one else. It's the later part that she hasn't gotten or doesn't believe it can happen, right, or doesn't believe it can happen. Okay. So obviously you're going to have to take a different approach than you've taken. And if you've turned us into a cuss word, you can never mention us again.
I don't, for the record.
Yeah, doesn't do
I haven't for about a year.
Doesn't do any good. Okay, so I think you guys need marriage counseling.
I've tried.
Okay. Then you're probably not. Then you're probably not going to make it. Because if she says you're not worth, our relationship is not worth working on, she's giving you a really loud statement.
Yeah. I understand.
What's Charles, what does she oppose that factor, right? That you marriage counseling, what is her opposition towards that? What does she say?
It's not really an opposition, more of I don't get a straightforward opposition. It's more of a kind of a dodge of the question or the topic. My opinion is maybe she doesn't feel that she needs it or that we need it, but I've brought it up several times. I myself, I'm all in favor of counseling and therapy and help. I myself started going to a therapist earlier this year just to improve myself, see if I can be a better husband to my wife, better father to our kids.
Yeah, I think your therapist needs to guide you through these relationship issues. I don't think we're qualified.
Okay.
Because I don't think this is about a budget, and I don't think this is about Ramsey personalities or Dave Ramsey. I think this is about she's been hurt, she's scared, she's angry, she doesn't trust. There's a lot going on here that I don't even know what it is, and apparently you don't either at this stage, and that's what you guys have got to work on. You've got to get to where you love each other and will do anything for each other to serve each other and have a great future together. And right now, everything that comes up to better your life, you get a big shield that
Yeah.
comes up, and that's based on fear or based on anger.
Yeah, there's other stuff going on.
There's other stuff going on there, and it's not us. I mean, it's not a. There's not we're not the problem, and so we're also not the solution. That's what it comes down to. So I'm sorry you're facing that, man. It's a hard thing to go through, especially in a 2-year-old marriage. I mean, it's just awful. It's just not. It's supposed to be better than this, you know. But yeah, I think your therapist needs to give you some very specific things to draw out and you know, because this is not a sustainable relationship the way it's operating. You're not going to be 40 years from today still married doing it this way. I mean, because people finally, they just get enough, and they're not going to live. She's going to get enough. She's going to run out with her hair on fire, or vice versa. So you have to be growing and working together, or you can't stay together in a culture where nobody stays together. I've been married 41 years. Sharon says we had 30 years of good marriage. Actually, she used to say that when it was 37. Anyway, there's about 7 years in there, you know. And yeah, it's bad. The first years were rough, and but yeah, it was mostly on me. So in that case, I don't know if this is on you. I don't know if you're being controlling, and you're not. You don't sound like it in this call, but it doesn't mean you're not.
And the positive spin, Charles, is if you guys get to that place, I think there's always the beauty in you're 2 years in, which means the habits and what you guys can create as a foundation of your marriage can
From
be
this
a
point
real,
forward, could be
I
amazing.
mean, you guys may just be doing this head collision that some people don't experience till 10 years down the road. You're doing it 2 years. But I hope that it works out and that you guys can see yourselves as a team. And again, like you said, just continuing to grow in who you are as people. And stuff. Yeah. I'm going to bet that there's a lot of stuff going on in her. So, and she may not even know. That's the other thing. That's what's hard. That's what a good therapist would do. I really pray she would go, because they're the ones that can unpeel those layers, and that so much of the unconscious that we live that comes out in these ways, right? Comes out that, I don't want to budget. Oh, don't control my money. I don't want to work on myself. Like there's a reason she's dodging all of this.
If you say, don't say financial peace, don't say Dave Ramsey, Rachel Cruz to me ever. If you're out there and you have a spouse saying that, then it's your fault, because you've used us as a weapon, and we're not a weapon. We're teachers. And so you used us to try to control them, and they don't want to be controlled. So instead of persuading, you tried to use a club. And that's not how marriage and how relationships work. And so, yeah, if we have become a cuss word in your marriage, that's your fault, because we didn't do anything to become a cuss word except try to help you. And we're not offended by that. There's no defensiveness at all in that. It's just funny. And it makes great jokes, and those are all fun. We can do all that stuff. But the bottom line is that, you know, you're being too stinking controlling, or you're using us as a club instead of, you know, hey, I learned this great new thing to get out of debt. We're going to sell your car, honey. You know, Dave Ramsey said, you know, that was dumber than a rock. It doesn't work.